Hello, my friends, and welcome back. Thank you very much for being with me again today. I think only a child mind might think that South Africa would arrest Vladimir Putin, the president of Russian Federation, if he steps in South Africa. If you think that would be the case, I don't know, give me $20,000 today, and I will give you the $20,000 tomorrow with a 3,000% interest. I will meet you tomorrow. Promise. All right, so I don't think that would be the case. The problem here is not that Putin will get arrested by anyone. The problem is they want to create a political problem for South Africa in this case, which is South Africa is a signatory of the ICC, International Criminal Court of The Hague, and is bound by its signature to arrest a fugitive, a person who was issued an ICC warrant, which in this case is Vladimir Putin. So this is the problem. But South Africa, as far as I know, they did it before with an African leader before, and they did not arrest that person, which again I think it was under the arrest warrant by ICC. Now we find out that actually South Africa, or at least some politicians over there, and not anyone, comes and said, well, we're not going to arrest Putin, obviously. There would be a declaration of war to Russia, which we are not ready to do. Here we have this article from Russia Today, and it is from today, June 8, 2023. South Africa won't enforce ICC Putin warrant, minister says. Arresting the Russian president would be a, and I'm quoting, declaration of war. Minister in the presidency, Khumbudzo Ntshavheni, has said. South Africa will not enforce the International Criminal Court warrant for the arrest of Russian President Vladimir Putin. Minister in the presidency, Khumbudzo Ntshavheni, told reporters on Thursday, and I'm quoting, the deputy chairman of the Security Council of Russia, that is Mr. Dmitry Medvedev, has indicated that anyone who arrests President Putin will be tantamount to a declaration of war, end quote, Ntshavheni said, referring to a statement by Dmitry Medvedev in March. At the same time, Medvedev declared that if Putin were to be arrested by, and I'm quoting, say, Germany, all our missiles would fly to the Bundestag, to the Chancellor's office, end quote. And I'm quoting again, I don't think this country, which is South Africa, wants us to declare war with Russia, Ntshavheni added. So, in mid-March, ICC issued an arrest warrant for Putin. All right, and again, as signatory to the 2002 Rome Statute, South Africa is obliged to enforce the warrant. However, the country is also hosting this year's BRICS summit in August, at which the leaders of the world's largest emerging economies, Brazil, Russia, India, China, and South Africa, are due to meet. So, despite media reports suggesting that South Africa had asked China to host the summit, Ntshavheni told reporters that nothing has changed, end quote, and that the meeting would go ahead in Johannesburg as planned. Moscow dismissed those reports as a hoax last week. Speaking to the BBC on Wednesday, Obed Bapela, a deputy minister in the South African presidency, said that the government was working on legislation that would make its national law outrank that of the ICC. If Parliament passes the bill, Pretoria could then, and I'm quoting, give itself exemptions of who to arrest and who not to arrest, end quote, Bapela explained. I think there are two things that might happen. One, Putin will not go to South Africa. That's probably, if these guys don't change that one, he's not going to show up over there. Why? Not because he's afraid he's going to be arrested. I think there are important things traveling so far from Russia. That's one thing. And the other one is doesn't want to create the problems with South Africa unless South Africa says, you know what, we're with you. We are here with the BRICS. We are in the second club, them and all that. and it was going to be like a snub to ICC and the West. But then the West will go 100% on South Africa, which eventually will go anyway, because South Africa still doesn't follow the orders, and they all know it's just postponing, like the war in Ukraine. It was postponed. It would have happened sooner or later under the circumstances that were then created. We're gonna bring weapons. We're gonna get it into NATO. Sometime Russia will react, and it reacted now, then later, when it would have been probably worse for the Russians. But anyway, I'm not getting into that. That's the first thing. Russia will not go over there. Putin will not go to South Africa. I know he's gonna appear in TV, whatever is gonna appear. That's the first one. The second one is these guys are changing the law, or don't change the law and then don't give up. And Putin shows up over there. But I don't think he's going to show up under the current circumstances. I do not think Putin will travel that far. He didn't travel anywhere that far in the past year and a half, almost, right? The only place he was where? In the area, not across the continents, right? They're crossing. I don't think so. I don't think he would even go over there. But hey, we're gonna find out. We got what? A few months, not even. So thank you very much for being with me again today. They will not arrest him. Stay strong, stay smart, look for the truth, and be just.